Okay, this is video number 2 for Mod2 D4. Watch video 1 first if you aren't in class or if I wasn't in class. So we're going to do letter A, practice what we just learned. I'm going to first fill out the information on the worksheet, then we're going to go to our graph paper and graph it. So I always like to start with the vertex. Remember the vertex, the x value is the opposite of what's in the parentheses with x. So it's not -1, it's +1. The y value is exactly what you see outside to the right of the parentheses, if there are parentheses. The x value of the vertex gives you the horizontal shift. That means it's shifting 1 unit to the right. We kind of want to think it's to the left because it looks like a negative, but it's actually a +1. The vertical shift is 7 units down. The A value, the stretch, is the absolute value of A. It's always a positive number, even if it looks like it might be negative. Like in B here, it looks like a negative, but the stretch there is +3. The orientation there is down. Since our orientation or our A value doesn't have a negative in front of it, that makes it a +2, and the orientation then is up. So let's put that together. We've got 1, -7 as our vertex. So let's start with the vertex. 1, -7. Go to your graph paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To get the next set of points, because the A value is not 1, we can't use that 1, 3, 5 pattern. So we're going to need a table of values. We only need 3, maybe even 2. Pick anything close to the vertex. Since 2 is close to 1, I'm going to use 2. I could use 0 also, but since I'm using 2, I don't want to work both sides of the vertex. I don't want to use 2 and 0. I want to use 2 and 3 and maybe 4. It might be too big. Because if I used 2 and 0, I'm going to get the same y value. I'm going to use the line of symmetry to get that y value. Let's just throw in the line of symmetry right now. It always goes through the vertex. We're going to use that to get the other y values. So let's plug in and calculate. So plugging in the x value of 2, which is what we chose, and do PEMDAS, that's parentheses, then exponents, then multiply, then add or subtract. Here we go. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 7 is -5. You could use a calculator if you want. For many of us, we can handle this, but if you can't, that's okay. Just use a calculator. Let's plug in 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 7 is 1. I'm going fast. If you can't do it that fast, that's fine. You don't have to do it fast. You can also use a calculator. 4 minus 1. There's a good chance I'll make an error if I go fast here. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Ooh, 9 times 2 is 18. Minus 7 is 11. I don't know that I'm going to fit that one, so probably won't be graphing that, but here we go. We have 2, -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 3, 1. That's right here, and the next one's off my charts. This one is fairly narrow as expected because the 2 makes it a little bit more narrow. Since this point here is 1 away to the right of the line of symmetry, there's another one 1 to the left. This point is 2 to the right, there's another one 2 to the left, and we can curve that. Oops, I kind of missed. It's really hard, I can't rest my hand. Try to make it look U-shaped rather than V-shaped. Try not to do a V. Let's try E. First, we're going to fill in the information. I love to start with the vertex. It's the opposite of what you see here, so it's +3. It's exactly what you see here for the y value. The horizontal shift is then 3 to the right, and the vertical shift is 6 down. The stretch is the absolute value of A, which is 1/4. The orientation, because this is positive, is up. Let's go to the graph. 3, -6 is the vertex. We're going to need to pick some x and y, some x values, calculate for y. But this time we have to be a little bit more careful. Let's start by graphing 3, -6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is right there. And this time, when I pick my y values, I have to consider the denominator. I need increments of 4 units away from the x value of the vertex. So that gives me 7 is a good x value. So then I have my 7 and I add 4 to that. 11. We'll see if we graph that or not. It's going to be pretty big. Let's plug in and see what we get. You can use a calculator, but you might not need it. I'm going to probably show a little bit of work this time because when there's fractions, I want you to know where I'm getting my numbers. So I'll do some work over here. So we're going to have 1/4 times something, then minus 6. We'll do that one. No, I won't go a step ahead yet. Okay, plugging in 7. We get 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 squared is 16. And then multiplying across, I get 16 over 4, which I'll then subtract 6. I'm out of space. 16 over 4, I'm going to work over here, is 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Let's plug in another x value. That's going to be different. That's going to be different. Plugging in 11. 11 minus 3 is 8. 8 squared is 64. 64 fourths, I didn't erase, sorry, is 16 minus 6 is 10. It's probably, I didn't pick a graph that's big enough, but I can probably make it work. Let's plot those points and see what we get. We have 7, negative 2. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 2 is right there. And it looks like what I would expect. With a value smaller than 1, a fraction, I shouldn't say that, it's just smaller than 1, it's opening up pretty wide. And then I have 11, 10. That was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, that's going to be tough. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's way up there. I'm not going to go for it. It's just way up there. Don't forget, always going through the vertex, we have a line of symmetry, and that's going to help us get the next set of points. This point is 4 units to the right of the line of symmetry. There's another one 4 units to the left. That's not a whole lot of points. Oh, sorry. Come back. Don't tell me I made it all go away. I did. Okay. Probably the video and everything. And I didn't. Well, I'll pick it back up with another video.